Hey, this is Kehinde Fawumi. You're listening to the Unleash Your Genius podcast. Think about what your annual income looks like, or even double it, pick a figure. and I want to assure you that you can make that your monthly income starting from the next 4 weeks. And if you're strategically positioned and you know what to do, you can begin to explore opportunities. And I didn't say that it has to start tomorrow. I think that there'll be a little bit of space to start doing that. But there's one thing that's important. You have to believe it. And I put that here because I wanted to address the point of the mindset. You become what you think about most of the time. You know that we are spiritual beings, so the body that you see, it's only just the physical thing that helps us relate to one another, but the core you, the real you, is spiritual, which means that that core of you has to believe. And that's where what happens, what the outlook of your physical world is. It has to come from what you believe deep down inside of you. And it sounds a bit more spiritual, but it is the truth. Because if I don't share that part with you, I'll be missing a big aspect of what we're talking about here. I can tell you all the strategies, everything you do, how to invest in the stock market, but if you pick the wrong stock, you could lose your money. And we talked about that clearly last week. That it's not all that, yeah, it definitely is always possible. You always make gains or whatever. There's a chance to lose. But my point here is that there is the metaphysical or the spiritual aspect of things that helps you make the right choice, helps you do the right things, and that leads you, that pulls you up towards purpose from time to time. And that is your thinking. You have to believe, that you can, for example, make your annual income, your monthly income in the next 4 weeks. If you believe that enough, that will pull you to start exploring opportunities and possibilities for making it happen. Now, so if you have not settled it within yourself that this is possible with me, if you have not settled it within yourself that financial freedom is actually for you and not for the Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezos, the Bill Gates, and all those kind of things, if you do not think that you are excluded from the set of people that will be rich or that would, achieve purpose or whatever riches or success means to you, it doesn't have to be financial, and we've made that clear, but you have to believe that it's possible with you. And I cannot stress that enough. The internal controls the external. What you are inside is what you would become outside. Your inner world defines your outer world. What you will become is determined by what you think about. What life means to you is what life will be to you. I can say all the alliterations 100 times and would not mince words, because this is what I believe deep down myself. You have to believe it to be able to make it happen for you. Capacity is a state of a mind. Success is a state of a mind. How much you think you can achieve is determined, or how much you will achieve is determined by how much you think you can achieve. So it's important to keep that in mind, please. Now, if we got that settled, we have to think about, okay, define how much money you need. Or in other words, define, because when I think about financial success, I think money, and I want you to think money. So we are not that beating around the bush here, right? So, and that's my point. That pick a figure. And in the first session, we talked about, okay, what is your figure? Calculate it. How much do you need to attain financial freedom? You need to define that. Don't beat around the bush. Don't guess. Don't give a range that between 1 million to 5 million. No, pick a number. It's 50 billion, or is it 5 million? What is it? Because you see, you have 42% chance of achieving it, 42% more chance of achieving it if you have a number to it. And that's scientifically proven. It's a research done by the 3M company. You can look it up online, which means that by having a figure and writing it down, you increase your chance of making it happen. So if you haven't defined it, I just want to clarify again with you. Write it down. Write down a number. What is it? What exactly is that number that you need? In my case, I would even put a date to it to say that in the next 5 years, by December of 2025, I want to earn, or actually I earn this amount of money. And now the next point is the more important part, which is figuring out what you need to do to earn that amount. Because you're not just going to write down that number and fold your arms and just walk away. And that's what this seminar or this series is about, to give you the actual tools. What can you do? Because, of course, everyone has big dreams, but the question is, what can I do to make it happen, right? I mean, I don't know, because everyone is saying all kinds of things, but what really works? And that's what this is about. We want to help you figure out what you need. So these are the options, just a little bit of review. We've talked about the fact that the first set of people, which is 96% of people in this category, they trade time for money. And that is what your daily job does. If you're not there, you're not paid. If you do not go there, so you trade your time for your money, and that defines the middle class essentially. And that's 96% of people. And people don't get rich by just holding on to one job. People that get rich by a job because they become a CEO or whatever thing, they are not trading their time for money. They have become so indispensable, so skillful that now they're actually not paid for the money, they're paid for their skill sets, basically, and for the value that they bring to the marketplace. And they are not even in this category. They are in this second category. The second category is where your money works for you. And that's what we define as being financially secure. Not so many percentage are here. That's about 3%. It's a good place to be, but it's not the best, basically. It's an amazing place to be. You have millionaires here. You have a lot of people already, at least 30%. But the good thing is that people ask, why are still 90% of the people trading their time for money? And the answer to that is that, I don't know. The numbers don't change. Only the faces change. And what I'm just imploring you is just to be in the 3% or the 1% that comes up next. And that's quite similar to the second level. It's only that they have been able to multiply those streams of income. So the people in the third level are having not just one stream of passive income, but multiple streams of that. So about usually people in this range would have at least 7 streams of passive income. And that's what we're talking about. And we talked about the stock investment, which is only one stream of income. There are many other things you can explore. For example, owning a business or acquiring a business of your own. For example, having real estate properties and so many endless other things you can think about. So you get into this point of being, usually you think about billionaires normally in this range, because they've been able to really multiply that over and over again over the time. Now, realistically, usually it's a combination of these 3 that happen too. You can be in a situation where you have a lot of money, your money working for you, but still just for fun, trading your time for money in one other end. But usually you're doing that because you want to, not because you need to or you have to. And that's where you want to be, that you do things that you want to because you just feel like doing it, not because you need to do it. Because if you need to do a thing, then you're bound or you're slaved or you're enslaved by that thing. And that's what you want to escape. Again, you want to get to a point where you want multiple streams of passive income coming in for you.